Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our review of Face Off. I, of course, am your host, Caleb, and I'm here with my co-host, Kyle. Kyle, how are you doing?
I'm doing just dandy.
That's terrific. Now, Face Off, going into the plot of this movie, since I didn't really memorize the characters' names, what happens is John Travolta, he works for this kind of, CIA, FBI-ish, company, basically the police. And, Nicolas Cage is a, douchebag criminal who was actually really entertaining the first 20 minutes. Basically, he'd killed Travolta's son, way years before. And Travolta's finally catching him down, and, he fucking gets him, and then shit happens where... This plot is so weird to describe. And then shit happens where Travolta has to get information from Nicolas Cage's brother, so he has to take his face off.
Well, wait, you missed the part where Travolta goes into a coma. Not Travolta, no. Cage.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage goes into a coma, and that's how they're going to get his face.
Yeah. But they don't get the voice, though. Just the face. But no one notices the voice change, but...
but going into this is a weird movie. I'd actually never watched it until today. It's just always been a movie that was there, and I heard things about some weird hand symbol that John Travolta does to his children. That sounded wrong out of context. But
it sounds wrong in context.
It does sound wrong in context, but
I don't know what you're talking about.
I will say this: the best way to describe this movie for me was it's so bad, it's good. I thought this movie was stupid, but there was something about it that was oh, this is kind of fun. This is this is a fun ride. And then 10 minutes into the movie, I got to see Nicolas Cage grab a choir girl's ass and open his mouth and just go, ah. So, maybe that was worth the movie. I will say this, that John Travolta was badass in this movie.
Nicolas Cage was badass in this movie.
Whenever Nicolas Cage had his face over John Travolta's character, this is such a difficult thing to explain. When Nicolas Cage was Nicolas Cage, I thought it was really good, but whenever Nicolas Cage was John Travolta, there's something about him I liked a little bit less. At first, I didn't like him all during the prison stuff. But then once they got out and they went out and he was involved, and he was like, "Oh no, it's me, I'm your husband." And so that's when I started to like him. But the prison stuff, I wasn't a fan of any of the prison stuff, really, to be honest.
How about this? For the remainder of this review, when we say Nicolas Cage the good guy, he's really John Travolta. When we say Nicolas Cage the bad guy, he's Nicolas Cage. Let's go with that.
Okay, yeah, that works really well. So
instead of saying face, wear another face, because this is confusing to explain.
It really is. So good, Nicolas Cage good was really boring to me when he was in prison. That's the best way to say it for me. However, like I said, I'll still say Nicolas Cage bad. He was weird though. He wanted people to suck his tongue. And no one says suck my tongue. That makes no sense.
See, him in prison, not very memorable, except for him, for being a good guy, he shoots a bunch of cops.
That's true. He shoots a bunch of them in the leg.
For being a good guy, I don't think he should be doing that, but anyway. And then he does a miracle leap from a 500-foot drop into the water.
Yeah, and then he just swims. And also, I don't give a fuck about spoilers in this review. It's like a 17-year-old movie.
Yeah, no. If you haven't seen this movie yet, this movie was made in 1997.
That's 17 fucking years. Seriously.
If you haven't watched it yet, you're not going to.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't going to ever watch it until today.
And if this review makes you want to watch it, oops.
I will say this, I will say the first 5 seconds of this movie is child murder. We have a child.
Well, that's a good thing. That's always a good thing to watch. Hey, watch our movie. We kill children.
There's so many movies where there's child death. The weird thing is, it doesn't faze me as much anymore because of all the movies I've watched. But there was a time when that scene probably would have been but now I'm that's really sad. But it's I've seen so much other stuff. It's it takes a lot with movies to really make me go, oh my god, no.
So, are you trying to tell me that you're okay with children being shot?
I'm not okay with children being shot. I'm just saying I don't find it as gruesome as I would have a few years ago.
Oh, so you don't find it wrong. Okay.
That's not what I said. I find it wrong. I'm just saying it doesn't, after all the other stuff.
It doesn't bother you. It doesn't bother you.
Fictional child murder does not bother me as much as it used to, but it does still make me go oh, no.
So children dying does not bother you.
That's That is not what
We got the soundbite. Jimmy, take the soundbite. We got it.
What the fucking Jimmy? Who the fuck is Jimmy?
I don't know, but he just took the soundbite.
Is Jimmy Neutron?
Perhaps.
Why is he here?
He's here to take soundbites.
Fucking Jimmy Neutron, goddamn you. Goddamn you to hell.
So people who watch Jimmy Neutron should go to hell. Is that what you're trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is John Travolta likes to feel people's faces.
Which is creepy as fuck.
Another thing I will say, though, is one thing I will... I can account for is the second whenever John Travolta Bad was walking into his house and he sees John Travolta Good's daughter. And so I seriously went, no, because I felt like something really bad was going to happen. And I was really scared that John Travolta Bad was going to have sex with his daughter, but it wouldn't really be him, but it'd be his... I was really scared of that happening. Because I was just really worried. I was like, please know your boundaries, movie. Don't have weird incest that isn't incest, technically. I don't know. That's just something that scared me. And his daughter... I will say this, though. John Travolta... Speaking of John Travolta Good's, whatever, his daughter... At the beginning, when she first showed up in the movie, I feel like she was only in that scene to establish, oh, she's a rebel.
Yeah. I think her only place in the entire movie was, oh, she's going to be a hostage later on.
And she was for 2 seconds.
So, yeah, I think that was her only, I think that was a wife's only position in the movie, too, like to have sex with someone who's not really your husband. and then to have sex with a husband who really isn't in his body.
Yeah, it's a strange situation. One thing I will say, though, is that...
Oh, then when I turn up to you, then they basically kidnap a kid.
Oh, they do.
And replace him as their son. So basically this movie is just strange all around. There's almost incest. There's weird face-touching things. There's kidnapping. There's child being killed. It's just strange.
John Travolta saying, hey, remember when our son died? Here, this child will fill the hole in our heart. He's my arch nemesis' son, that'll work out.
Hey, his dad killed our son, but he's our son now. That sounds like a good family reunion waiting to happen.
Oh my god, it's just so fucked. And one thing I do love is I love how John Travolta Bad gives the whatever daughter this fancy knife just to set up the plot of her being able to stab him later.
Yeah, that was stupid. One thing that was also weird and off to me was John Travolta Bad was trying to be good in the middle of the movie.
In a weird way, he was.
Like he helped his quote unquote daughter, who's not really his daughter, but he prevents her from almost being raped. He stops a bombing. Like, up until he murders the FBI director, he's a good person.
Yeah, it's really weird. But I will say, one thing I will say is the second the FBI director walked in and kind of grabbed his chest a little bit, I was like, okay, he's punching him in the heart or some shit.
The other thing, too, that really off, another thing about it, when Nicolas Cage was good Nicolas Cage, but he was doing more bad things than bad John Travolta was. As good... This is confusing. I'm confusing myself.
Because bad John Travolta was trying to be good John Travolta because John Travolta is good, and then good Nicolas Cage was trying to be bad Nicolas Cage because bad Nicolas Cage is bad. So I guess it was kind of just them going with their identities to get what they could out of it.
Yeah, and that was strange. Really, really strange. But awesome. This movie, it is worth watching. If you're on Netflix, it's worth watching. But don't expect like a, oh my god, that's awesome thing. You're going to come out of the movie like, I'm confused, but in a kind of awesome way. I'm kind of happy to be confused.
And I don't know. Like I said, I didn't. This is a movie I would buy on Blu-ray simply because of the fact that it's so stupid and it's not like a great movie. So I would just watch it to like turn my brain off and just laugh at the stupidity, I guess. So I don't know. That's pretty much it.
And one thing that also surprised you too, it's not really a great movie, yet it pulled a great performance out of Nicolas Cage and John Travolta.
I would say it pulled a decent performance out of Nicolas Cage and a really good performance out of John Travolta.
But given their track records, Nicolas Cage's track record in action movies, a decent one is still better than what he's done.
It's better than most of the stuff Nicolas Cage does on a regular basis.
So it's kind of weird how like a bad movie makes bad actors good.
Yeah, exactly. It's a strange situation.
Like this whole movie is strange. Everything about it. And the most mind-blowing fact is the fact that this movie made $245 million.
I think Travolta was big at the time until Battlefield Earth happened.
So I mean, everything about this movie is just strange in an awesome kind of way.
Yeah. So, what would you give this movie out of 10?
I would give it a 7.
I would give it a 5 out of 10, simply because it's like, I would recommend this movie if you want to have fun with stupidity, but overall, it's kind of just weird and stuff, and I don't know. But it is funny. Like, I'm not going to say I didn't enjoy the movie, I'm just saying I'm not going to say this movie was, like, really good.
Well, I'm gonna give it a 7 simply because it's a bad movie, but you don't. It's a bad movie, but you don't feel like it's a bad movie when you're watching it.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
It does a great job at making you think this is a good movie. It's like I think psychological wise, this movie is awesome because it puts you through a roller coaster that you don't know you're going through, and when it's done, you're like, I don't know what just happened, but I'm in a good mood now.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know?
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it a 7 just on that aspect alone.
Alrighty, anyway, that pretty much wraps up our review of Face Off. So ladies and gentlemen, please go down to the comment section. Feel free to favorite, like this video, and subscribe. Leave in the comment section below what you thought of Face Off. Did you think it was awesome? Did you think it was stupid? Did you think it was so stupid that it was awesome? Did you think it was so awesome that it was stupid? Did you like our opinions? Did you hate our opinions? Put whatever.
Do you think wait, Caleb? Do they think our opinions are so stupid they're awesome, or so awesome they're stupid? How do you feel? Yeah.
It's just a weird. This review is confusing, just like the movie itself.
It's like your response to it should be confusing.
Yes, and like I said, put whatever the fuck you want in the comment sections. I'm not going to get rid of it unless it's too bad. So anyway, that pretty much wraps this up. So I'm Caleb.
I'm Kyle.
And I'll take your face off. Cue putting my hand on your face.
That's creepy. I'm gonna walk away now.
You do that.